Physique Transformation 2.0, and we're going to be focused in on obstacles today, you guys. Something that everyone goes through, right? Obstacles. Um, and the biggest thing here is that there's ways to fix that issue, okay? And I'm going to be talking about some of the things that are pretty important, obviously, for people who want to succeed in achieving their fitness goals and reaching them without sort of the setback like people always experience. I think that is kind of the big picture here, and the reason why I want to talk about this. We all go through it, and definitely, I would say how you navigate those issues is really key. Okay, and so let's go ahead and just talk about what I'm going to be going over here. Okay, hopefully you guys can see this here. A lot of the obstacles people come up with, I think, is, it's true. It's real issues, right? Like, I don't have time. I don't know what to do, okay? Or I don't know where to go, right? These are real common issues in trying to achieve your fitness goals. You don't have equipment, that's an obstacle. I don't have the money, resources, that's another obstacle, obviously. And so these things, these are real, right? Maybe you're injured and you're in pain. It's a real obstacle that people go through, okay? People also say that they are lazy, okay? They're always tired and lazy, right? There's an obstacle. You know, the other one is like if you're a mom, I don't have a babysitter, okay? There's a real obstacle. You don't have transportation, can't get to the gym, okay? Those are obstacles. I don't have a partner, someone to support me, to help me get through the exercises, the workouts, and the tough times, right, through this journey. So those are real obstacles. And so let me just tackle something that I think I hear a lot, which is I don't have time to exercise, okay? And I usually take a strategy approach, and the strategy is usually, let's complete a day-to-day time map worksheet, okay? And what that means is like we really map out how our day is shaping up each day, right? And if there are gaps in the schedule that you created because of this worksheet that you go through, those would be great times possible for workouts, okay? And then what you do with these time blocks that you've discovered through this day time map worksheet, okay, is you just design specific workouts that fit those times, right? They call it efficient workouts. And then another way is obviously throughout the day. People always say like you can do exercise while you're waiting in line. You can do exercises while you wait for your food to cook. You can do exercises while you watch TV, right? Integrate exercises while you are waiting for things. I think that is really key in overcoming some obstacles like time, for example. Okay. Now let me just show you what I'm talking about as this worksheet here. Now, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's basically a Monday through Friday or Sunday to Sunday type of list there on the top, where the sides you have all the time, maybe hour blocks, maybe 30-minute blocks, something that you guys would use to schedule out your day, okay? Now, everyone has a morning routine, everyone has an afternoon routine, and everyone has an evening routine, whether it be dropping off your kids, picking up your kids, running errands, or a job, or something like that. So you could fill in the time blocks, okay, for each of these days, and then discover where your gaps are. That's how I would do it. That's how I would create your available times to create workouts. And once you've done that, okay, you can also discover your rest days, okay? You can go on to the next obstacle, and that could be like, what to do. What should you do when you have now these times? Okay. Well, there's few strategies you could implement would be, you probably know some people who've gotten results. Okay. You could interview them to a point of discovering what's worked for them that might work for you. Okay. Some people would just go straight to a personal trainer like myself, which is great. Okay. You could do that too. Okay. Um, Obviously, you could read books to determine what works best for you and then go from there. You can watch videos like this, right? And learn from other people who are sharing knowledge about what's worked for them, about what to do, what not to do. Make sure you follow someone that you trust, okay? And then, like I said, hire someone like a trainer, coach, or someone like that who has experience and expertise to help you get through that obstacle, okay? Well, what to do. What should you do, okay? All right. Sure. You know, this is a really common one, which is you don't have equipment. Okay, you don't have any tools to work with. Okay, so a lot of times people feel like they need a home gym that's huge, home gym that has all this equipment and such. But you could just pick up some hand-me-downs. You can use water bottles. You could use books. You could use objects that you have to use as resistance. Okay, love the water bottle one for those who are starting out. I also like the book in a backpack, for example, on your back to have weight, a weighted for your squats, for example. Okay, using your furniture as tools as well is really good. Not lifting furniture per se, but technically, using the chair as a safety bench, using the chair as another tool to do dips, things like that. So, body weight exercises primarily is what I'm saying with the furniture part, but you get the idea. Okay. Could you go to the Goodwill and find a cheap set of bands? Yes. Could you go find some dumbbells secondhand from someone else who's getting rid of them? Absolutely. You might get lucky and find a TRX system or something like that as well. But you could purchase on a very inexpensively some of these tools that helps you overcome that I don't have an equipment situation. Okay. And obviously, you don't have equipment, just go to the gym, right? They have all the ellipticals, the cardio machines and such that you can use. But obviously, you would have to get to the gym, right? So that is something to consider. Now, moving on here, let's just talk about, if you have an injury and you're in pain. It's not very, it's pretty common that I have people who have a knee problem, a shoulder problem, a issue with their back, for example. And so what can you do with those situations? Well, obviously you want the injured body part to be healed before you really focus on those areas. However, if it's not that severe, you could do some rehab work, which basically helps you get stronger in that area. Let's just say you have knee pains. Okay, so we can perhaps do some lightweight exercises to help strengthen up the kneecap so that you can start doing more intense exercises, right? Obviously, that makes sense. But let's focus in on the other body parts too, so that while the injured body part recovers, we're not wasting time, right? So a lot of people will have lower back problems and such, and then they just quit everything. But in reality, they could do some other stuff, right? So let's not forget about that, okay? And so this whole idea of being injured is one thing. However, knowing that you can perhaps work around that is the situation, and to how you overcome this scenario, right? All right, so that is one thing. All right. So let's just say that you got this laziness attitude, or you're tired all the time and such. Okay. There's a reason for this. There's obvious big reason for being feeling this way, and obviously a great solution is to get more sleep. That would be priority number one. It's easy to say, maybe hard to do. but just getting more sleep. I don't know how many times I had my clients who had a terrible day, and it was always back to a terrible sleep. Okay, so having more better sleep can always solve a lot of issues. Okay, um, obviously the caffeine in your system, you know, you're drinking coffee, you're drinking caffeinated drinks. They all have a situation. They always cause a situation in your body, right? So sugars also can also cause this crash, if you will, from being at a high and then drop because your blood sugars are low. So excuse me. So hey, so so the idea here is that we want to be um, controlling all the substances that we put in your body, right? You know, water is a great solution for feeling tired or down, dehydrated, right? So every ounce or every time you're dehydrated, I forget the percentage that you are going to feel tired, right? So drinking more water can help you boost your energy levels. Okay. Um, but then if there is another way or another layer to helping you get motivated, okay? So do you have internal, external motivators, right? So do you see yourself wanting to have less pain, right? What is that pain-free life going to mean for you, right? So that external motivator, okay? Um, or internal motivator. You know, saving money because you're on less prescriptions, right? All these things that you may not think about, right? Spending money and all this. Having more money is really a good thing, right? So doing it for that reason. I don't like this external one, but really seeing yourself in the mirror without your clothes on, right? So what does that really mean to you? Does that mean that you will get excited about that, or will you be, you know, disappointed in that what you see? But you know that could excite you, right? So seeing less blubber, less fat, less of the extra skin and stuff like that will probably help you feel better about yourself. Okay, so use those motivators as well. Okay. Um, all right. So if you're struggling with, like, I don't have a partner, someone that supports you, you're not alone. First of all, a lot of people don't know who can help them, support them, and such. Their friends are not really into exercise. They don't need to exercise. All these things. Well, that makes sense, right? Well, you may have to look outside yourself in the circle that you are in, so that you can perhaps find a fitness group that aligns with your goals. And that's always a great way to find a partner. um, Use an accountability app or fitness app. My fitness app that I will share with you later is another great way to, you know, connect with me and help you get to the goal you want, because you have someone that you're accountable for. Okay. Obviously, group classes at a local park district is always good to find new people and find them so that they can support you. Okay. And so go ahead and do that. Okay. Another great way to overcome obstacles is to have this mindset. Okay. Um, so I did this little exercise with someone a long time ago, and it was quite interesting. And it was a create your you 2.0. It was basically the idea of creating a self identity of your future self. And what I did was I asked this lady who kind of came in one day, wasn't feeling the best, wasn't really motivated, kind of down, if you will. And I was like, okay, let's do this exercise. Let's do this little the drill where I want you to think about someone that that future self of yours that you want to be, right? And so they came up with this image of this person. They called her Vixen, I think it was. And so they gave this thing, this future self, an identity, right? And what would happen is, like, what would that future person, that identity, we'll say Vixen because that was the example, how they would react to certain situations. Okay, again, this is the ideal person that you would want to be. So this person was like, well, Vixen would probably sit up like this. The Vixen would probably stay away from X, Y, and Z. This vixen would probably wake up and do X, Y, Z, right? And so I had this person imagine themselves in that future self role and be that person that they described, right? And there was a switch that turned on to this person, and we kind of all do this type of thing, I think, and I don't know to what degree, but it's like they got happier because they imagined themselves as that future self, and you know, it's something that you can trick yourself, maybe not trick yourself, but something that you can use to help yourself, right? And you're gonna get to that point where it's like, okay, how would that person deal with the buffet? How would that future self deal with this workout? Are they going to sleep through the morning? Are they going to get up, right? And so thinking with that future person to give themselves that comparison, if you will, of what it is today and what it can be in the future. Hope that makes sense, guys. All right. Okay, so the takeaway here is that, you know, if you could future pace your outcomes and future pace what you want to be in the future, you will start thinking about how the consequences you make today matter. Okay, and so how would, you know, one of my clients is like, how would my U 2.0 react to a challenge, right? In the past, it's like, oh, I'm not going to do this push-up challenge today. But the future person, your U 2.0 will probably be like, hey, this is a challenge I need to do, right? So there's this inner thinking that's going on, but I think that the point is that your future self is what you want to be. So that is the direction and the focus that we'll have moving forward. Okay. All right. So those are some obstacles that are common that I've seen that you can overcome through these strategies. Okay. And let me just quickly just summarize or show you what is it? Okay, so if you guys are interested in my fitness app, you can go to goality.com. Okay, you can get to this page, learn more about my fitness app and the programs that I have. Okay, and so this is where you would go. Goality.com. Let me just put it down in here. All right. All right, goality.com. Hopefully you guys can see that. And then you guys can go to the webpage that we just talked about here. All right, so that's what I would do. And then secondly, if you guys are looking for a macro worksheet, this is something we talked about last time, which is my way to calculate your macros. This worksheet is going to help you do that, okay? There's a training that's included with it, but it's an easy way for you to see how to calculate your numbers, right? So the other web page would be that one right there, okay? And so if you go to either one, you guys can get a lot of my goodies, if you will, and to help you guys get to your U 2.0 and be the physique transformation that you were looking for and reach your goals, okay? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this this module 6. There's one more module, which is the blueprint, putting everything we talked about over the last 4 weeks together. And if you guys like this, go ahead and comment, let me know. If you guys have any questions, comment, let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you guys in the future. All right, bye-bye.